Yo, my people, it's your guy, Kunle, aka the Niger Englishman, and
KANEBI, Mr. Kopo.
And welcome back to another edition of Round on the Ground. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, comment, all of that. Tell a friend and a friend and a friend. And we are here. Premier League started this weekend all over again. And it was the North London derby. If you didn't know before, you can know now. North London is definitely red. Partey after Partey, the party has started. The absolute rocket from Thomas Partey to start the goal route that we took against Tottenham. I said we because on the weekend I do tend to wear my club hat, and that is representing Arsenal. Also, the Manchester derby. Manchester is blue. 2 hat-tricks on that game. Erling Haaland, the Mountain versus Tyrion Lannister. We also live and direct who won that battle. And also Phil Foden getting his first hat-trick for Manchester City. And Graham Potter finally registers a win as a Chelsea manager. Also, all you Leicester fans, you can finally smile. A 4-0 win against Nottingham Forest. And Patson Daka representing the African boys getting on the score sheet for Leicester. Over to you.
Well, over in the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich have finally won. They beat their rivals Bayer Leverkusen 4-0. And Union Berlin stayed top of the league, even though they lost to Eintracht Frankfurt. And kudos to them.
League 1. Well, when it comes to Ligue 1, there's only really one team that everyone care about, PSG, and they won again. A goal from Lionel Messi, a goal from Kylian Mbappe. It's just normal. It's either them, Neymar, one of the three are going to score. Mbappe is currently leading the charts right now with 8 goals. Messi sits on 5 goals and 7 assists. PSG doing PSG things.
Robert Lewandowski. 9 goals in 7 La Liga matches. Barcelona top of the table. Real Madrid dropping points at home to Osasuna. What more can I say? It's heating up.
I can't believe Real Madrid finally ended their 100% record. Crazy stuff. But also in Serie A, we've got Napoli are still on the top, minus Osimhen, who just got back into fitness again, so he's come back into training. They won 3-1 over the weekend. 2 great goals from Cameroonian Anguissa. Also, Juventus, the old lady, have stopped stinking up the place and finally registered a win. 3-0 victory. Let's see if they can push on and Allegri can keep his job.
The greatest club competition is back this week. The Champions League, as we all know, Inter Milan versus Barcelona, Chelsea versus AC Milan, Liverpool versus Rangers. We're all going to be on the edge of our seats for this one.
To be honest, the most exciting games this week are Inter Barcelona and Chelsea AC Milan. Let's see Graham Potter, when he gets another test, see what he can do. Well, you guys might have forgot, because when it comes to club football, that's when we get very excited. But it was international break, KANEBI, at the end of the day. We talked about our Nigerian boys. We drew against the Algerians B team 2-2. I predicted a 2-1 result, and it was 2-1, but to Algeria, man. What are you saying about the result, first of all?
It's not surprising to me. I wasn't surprised at all. For me, I just think it was probably a way to get the boys together, have a little reunion. I want to look at it as a little reunion. But for me, I wasn't surprised by the result. I mean, we struggled against the Algerian B team. You now want to come and beat the senior team. Algeria, yes, Senegal are now defending champions of the Nations Cup, but let's not forget Algeria won the Nations Cup a couple, years ago. And they had a record to, have the most wins in football. They even
unbeaten run, right?
Yeah, unbeaten run. They even surpassed Italy's run. So let's be real here. Algeria is a serious football nation. We're not a serious football nation. So
and that's why I wasn't too disheartened about the result per se. And it was a friendly anyway. But what disappointed me is I still can't see our style of play. Like, what is our style?
Well, this is what happens when you keep on changing the squad over and over. Every day we're adding a new foreigner. We're adding a new player to the team. We need to have a basis, a core. We need to have core team members. We know that, okay, we're going to build around these team members. These are the core team members that have been around for a while, and we're going to build upon that. Every time we're seeing a new different team, where's the stability going to come from?
So do you think not being in the World Cup might be a blessing in disguise? Because we could have gone up there to stink up the place and just take up the numbers.
It doesn't matter if we're in the World Cup or not. The only thing, the thing that matters is, where do we go from missing out on the World Cup? What is the next step? What is our plan? We don't have a plan. We're just shooting the gun everywhere. You understand? There's no target.
No, one thing I think we should do more of is, like we were talking about last time, is getting into the local Nigerian leagues and looking for talent, because that's when we're always at our best, when we find those talent.
Yeah,
and also, I think we need to have a permanent scout in England that can speak to these English-born Nigerians properly from an early age, so we can bred them into the side quickly.
Well, you see, this is where the NFF come in. You want a foreign scout in England? Are they going to fund it? Where are they going to provide resources for that?
You're right.
The problem with Nigeria is all about organization. The NFF need to get organized. They need to start putting the resources where it's meant to be. Grow the football, or just, anyways. I don't want to get up political. But from what I'm saying, it starts at the top. And when I mean the top, it starts from NFF. Our football organization needs to reorganize themselves. They need to get their act together. For me, we are a joke. Big joke.
We are a joke, but to close the Nigeria matter, there is one bright spark that I've noticed about Nigeria and over the last few months. And you might laugh at me when I say this, but the form of Alex Iwobi, bro. As much as we've criticized this boy over the years, he's not filled his potential. He looks like, as a central midfielder, Lampard is playing him in his most comfortable position, and he's putting out great performances.
It's good for Alex Iwobi, it's good for Everton, but how is it good for Nigeria?
Because he knows his position now.
I think it doesn't benefit me if he's not showing that same form for Nigeria. Yes, he's doing well. I'm happy for him. He's regaining his confidence. He's been a player where so much was expected from him. He has not really reached those heights. But for me, he needs to start proving it for Nigeria.
For sure.
I don't really care about Everton.
But a confident Iwobi.
But I'm happy for him still.
A confident Iwobi will lead to a confident performance for Nigeria.
I hope
believe.
so.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Well, let's get into the nitty-gritty, because as much as football was over the weekend, there was all eyes on the Premier League because it was derby weekend. North London derby, Manchester derby. Where should we start, KANEBI?
Let's start with the 12:30 kickoff, because that was the first game of the weekend. And what more can I say? I don't want to speak as an Arsenal fan, because I am an Arsenal
Try
fan.
not to.
I'm going to be very objective and plain here. The team who played the better football won on the day. And Tottenham came with a plan to maybe get a point or play a pragmatic style, win off the counter. But at the end of the day, Arsenal kept the ball. The only thing, the goal Tottenham scored was a penalty, which Arsenal caused for themselves. But I was very impressed with Arsenal, and I wasn't too impressed with Tottenham, because they have Kane, Son, Richarlison, these good attacking players, and you want to just put men behind the ball.
And that's my criticism of Conte. You have so many great attacking options at your disposal. It's a North London derby. You're coming to the Emirates, a place you've won once in 20 years, with such negative tactics.
Yeah.
How is it going to end differently?
Yeah, it can't end differently. And if you look at history of football, the team that plays the best brand of football always wins.
That's very,
Pep
very
Guardiola has dominated the league with the best brand of football. The team that came close to him was Liverpool. They play attacking football. You cannot come with a negative style to win games or win trophies. It will not work.
No, but KANEBI, a lot of Tottenham fans I've heard on social media, group chats, etc., they assured us this is Conte ball. Conte ball won the Premier League for Chelsea. Is this the same football that he was playing at Chelsea though?
Chelsea
really?
is not Tottenham. Chelsea have a history of winning trophies. And if you look at the caliber of players Chelsea had the Diego Costa, they had the Hazard, they had the Fabregas, they had Oscar. They had very good players, very good attacking players they had flair, they could mix it up, and they had N'Golo Kante. So what are we saying?
That's a very big difference.
Tottenham don't have those kind of players. They have only 3 world-class players, and they depend on them so much.
So you're saying, yes, he's still playing Conte ball, but it's minus a DNA of winning, number one, and quality of players.
Chelsea had players, world-class players, from the keeper to the striker. Tottenham do not.
Facts.
Unfortunately. And Tottenham do not have a winning culture. That club is not known for winning trophies. Chelsea is known for winning trophies.
Tottenham are known for choking.
Exactly.
But enough about the losing team in the North London derby. Let's talk about the winners, because KANEBI, again, put your club hat to the side. Everyone kept saying, Arsenal, let's not take them too seriously yet. They've not played a big team yet. Have Arsenal played a big team now, KANEBI?
When people say Arsenal have not played a big team, every team in the Premier League is dangerous. You can lose any time. I mean, Chelsea, they lost to Crystal Palace. They dropped points to Leeds and a couple other minor teams. But let's be honest with ourselves here. The Premier League, every game is a battle. And Arsenal this season have proven that they can keep the ball and they can score goals. And once you can do that in the Premier League, you have a chance.
Okay, so you're talking about their form, their consistency, 7 wins out of 8 games. When do we start saying Arsenal are in the title challenge? When does those words come out?
I would say that maybe January, start of the new year.
January.
Let's see where they are after the new year. Let's see where Arsenal is. Let's see where everybody else is. Right now, I think Arsenal are on course to make top 4, guaranteed.
Okay, but let's not go as far as January, KANEBI. Let's just go to next Sunday. Arsenal have a big test against a team that they've been losing 6 points back-to-back seasons, it seems, Liverpool. If they get a result, and what I mean by a result, a victory in that game, is the whole of Europe going to start standing up and taking us seriously, or are you still thinking of January?
Klopp has never lost to Arsenal, and
he has.
Has he?
Yeah, well, they'd already won the title by that time, and when they won the league.
Oh yeah, true. I forgot about that.
Not when they were being competitive.
I forgot about that. But what I'm going to say is, obviously, there's a certain bias towards Arsenal. Even if Arsenal win this game, they'll say Liverpool are not on form.
They're not on form.
Liverpool concede goals. They won't really give much props to Arsenal. If you even look at the North London derby, people are saying Conte messed up more than
Arsenal did well.
Arsenal did well.
I got you.
That's just the narrative that's going on. But for me, I think if Arsenal do beat Liverpool, if they can beat Liverpool, well, I think it shows that they're a team to be feared.
For sure. Everyone always says that with this Arsenal team, although they're a team to be feared, I don't know why, when it comes to Arsenal, nobody wants to talk about what just happened. They want to talk about in May, in January, when they get an injury, when they play a big team. As in, there's too many different narratives when it comes to Arsenal. I would say this. At the end of the day, they're playing well. They're the most consistent team in the Premier League as of now. They're playing the best football in the Premier League as of now. And that's minus a world-class player. Do you get what I'm saying? Like City, we expect. Chelsea, you maybe expect. Man, they have world-class players in their squad. Arsenal, not we. Arsenal officially don't have a world-class player, so something is going right. It's too early to talk about title challenges, but give Arsenal the respect they deserve, I believe.
Yeah, true. I agree with that.
Manchester derby. Obviously, Arsenal played a 12 o'clock kickoff, so all the Arsenal fans could watch the rest of the football with a smile on their face. I was with you on Sunday watching the game, the Manchester derby, and did anything different happen than what you predicted? I think you predicted a bigger scoreline in terms of you didn't expect Man U to score as many goals.
I predicted a 4-0.
A 4-0. I said a 3-1, to be fair.
And it was 4-0 at halftime, and I was begging Man City not to score again because that was my prediction. But I think the game was a very great entertaining game for the neutrals. And it was men against boys. Man U scored 3 goals, but City took the gas off, the substituted players, and they know they had already won the game.
For sure.
What that game showed you was the difference in class, golf, size. Man City is way ahead of Manchester United right now. And Alex Ferguson said in his lifetime he will never see Man City challenge for the title or be favourites going into a Manchester derby. And he was watching the game and he could not believe what he was seeing.
Poor Sir Alex, man. I thought he was going to have a heart attack on the sidelines. I'm not going to lie to you. I wanted to make sure the medic staff was around him.
My question for Manchester United fans is, why did they sign Casemiro and not play him?
Okay, so that's what I wanted to get to because I believe Ten Hag set up the team the wrong way. It's not like Casemiro just got there. They've shown with Casemiro and Fred, Man United fans, you might have an issue with Fred, but Brazilian national team, Casemiro and Fred have built up a relationship. They played big games for Brazil together. Wouldn't it be smart in letting a proven, successful Champions League winner and a Liga winner in a big game, because he's played big games, Casemiro.
Yeah.
That's the perfect game to start that pairing.
Yeah. And, it was, for me, let me tell you, when I saw Casemiro to Manchester United, I said, okay, the Glazers have done it again.
Packaging.
When the Manchester United fans started protesting last season, they signed Ronaldo. Same thing now with Casemiro. Now, it's a pattern that keeps repeating itself. You see that this club, they're not about football. They're not about
but he is a good player. I hear you, but he is actually a quality defensive midfielder.
He's a quality player, but is he what they need?
Let's be honest. Every Man U fan was screaming a DM all last season.
Yeah, they're screaming of a DM, but you see Casemiro right now. We all know he's at the end of his career. He's coming for the bag, and To be honest with you, even last season for Real Madrid is a fantastic oil team. He didn't even start their early games. He came in the later stages of the season. And with that kind of quality, obviously he's going to see you out in the Champions League. But this is Manchester United. You're playing the Premier League week in, week out. Ten Hag is seeing something in training that, okay, Omo,
Maybe
you don't sign. Do you understand?
Don't do retirement package here, I mean.
So what are we saying?
I hear you.
For me, it's a Glazer signing.
And packaging is a lot of what the Glazers are doing right now. Just marquee signings to get the fans off his back, and it kind of worked. Obviously, they did the Anthony thing as well. Great goal from him in the derby. It ended up going to be for nothing, but it was a good goal nevertheless. But do you think Man U suffered in this game because of let me take you back to the result against Arsenal, because after that result, a lot of the fans were like, "We're back. Ten Hag got the boys playing. Our style of play is secure. These different things." Do you think they went to the game a little bit overconfident with that team, because they went with the same team basically?
You know, I said in the second episode that Man U have been getting away with boring football. Remember when I told you?
Yeah.
They played Real Sociedad next and they lost. They had a break. You know, they played another low team in Europa, Sheriff, they won. But let's be honest with you, it's paper over the cracks. You play a team like Man City, you cannot go into that derby. This is a Manchester derby. You must show some. That first half, I don't know what happened. They just let the floodgates open.
They bent over.
They let the floodgates open, and Haaland and Foden just destroyed them. And KDB. For me, Manchester United fans, they need to wake up and smell and face reality and smell the coffee. Sorry. They are in transition. Where they were before is not where they think they are now.
Big facts.
They're going to suffer a lot this season.
And that's why I told them that you're gonna get your high moments. Of course you will. No one said Ten Hag's gonna lose every game. You'll have these high moments against the Liverpools, the Arsenals, but you must suffer.
They're going to suffer a lot.
You must suffer. The salt must be rubbed into every wound first.
But from what I saw in that second half, if they play that way in that second half all season, they have a chance.
They have a chance, for sure. You can see he changed things up in the second half.
At the second half, I was asking where was that team in the first half.
But as you said, City did also take their foot off the gas, but yes, for sure. They were more present. They were fighting a lot harder. They looked more cohesive. And Casemiro was in that team as well. So it's clear he should have started the game.
If they played the way they played in the second half consistently, they can do something.
For sure. I think they can finish top 6. Don't kill the messenger. Top 6 at best. Top 4 is too much for Man U this season, but who knows? It's live. This one is on YouTube, so clip me up if I get my prediction wrong. We'll find out in May. But I think the best way to sum up the Premier League derby days, men against boys. Arsenal and Man City were the men, number 1 and 2 in the league. Spurs and Manchester United were the boys. But let's get into the Africans that were on fire. So again, we have to talk about the Africans around Europe that are on fire. We mentioned a couple of them already in the headlines, but this guy has been on fire this season. I mentioned it on the first episode. He's better than Declan Rice. It's not about the price tag to how good you are in this football game. We have Zamba Anguissa, the Cameroonian. Napoli are now top of Serie A comfortably, even without their talisman, Osimhen, and he happened to have 2 goals in the weekend. I mean, he's not known for his attacking prowess, but 2 goals this weekend. Another goal against Liverpool in the Champions League a few weeks ago. He's firing on all cylinders this season.
The Nigerian midfielder, Alex Iwobi, with an assist for Everton against Southampton. Iwobi is picking up. He had 2 assists in the match, and I think he's part of the reason why Everton, they have been picking up results lately, and he's been a drive in that midfield. He's been a leader also, and I've been impressed with his football game these days. He's actually starting to mature into the player that we thought he could become. And for me, I still think he needs to leave Everton, but I was very impressed with him during the weekend.
For sure. And great form so far. Again, another Super Eagle. No, this is not propaganda. You've seen the previous African player of the year. We had no Nigerians. We've got 2 this week. We have Ademola Lookman. I didn't even know this guy was still playing, but he's currently at Atalanta. He had a very, very good game and also scored the only goal in a 1-0 victory against Fiorentina. Great performance from him this weekend. Let's hope he can keep that consistently from now on.
A special shout out to Thomas Partey. He finally scored that goal the Gunners fans have been waiting for. He scored a screamer. He opened the score in the North London Derby, a very good shot outside the box. He curled it into the top corner, and Hugo Lloris had no chance. And Thomas Partey, for me, is my African player of the weekend. And He played a magnificent game, front to back. He controlled the midfield. He distributed the ball very well. He didn't put a foot wrong. And if he stays fit, he could be a very big. Arsenal could be a very big force this year.
You could see how much of a difference maker Partey is. So that's Anguissa, Iwobi, Lookman, and Thomas Partey. Those are our 4 candidates for African Player of the Week this week. So get on the round on the ground, hashtag ROTG. Put the hashtag at the end of which of those 4 players you want to pick for African Player of the Week, and we're going to announce it next week. Oh yeah, now that's another episode of Round of the Ground with your guy, Kunle, aka the Niger Englishman.
And KANEBI, aka Mr. Go Ball, Go Ball, Go Ball.
And we'll be back next Monday with all your football facts, stats, opinions. Join us next week. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Over and out.
Pow!